So, if you're sending emails to customers, you need to know how to brand your emails so that they look good when they land in your customer's inbox. And the reason why is because when your emails look good, your business looks good too. And this can lead to more people paying attention to your emails, trusting your business, and actually acting on your messages. You're able to reach your email readers, but you know that your emails maybe don't look their best. So, branding your emails will just actually help your business just to stand out in your customers' very busy inboxes. So it's important to make your business recognizable so that they can quickly associate an email with your particular business. It's also going to help you build familiarity with potential customers who've signed up to learn more about what you actually have to offer. Now, this may seem pretty straightforward, but now I want to spend some time showing you and drawing your attention to some ideas of how you can actually create customized branded emails within your Super Control account. So when creating a letter template, you have the option to add your branding and brand identity to your messages you send out. And I'm going to show you how to do this. And just to highlight the fact that I'm referring to the emails that you send only to your direct bookings, i.e. those bookings that come directly from your website, so not third-party bookings. So if you're already using auto email, let's take a look at what you use and how you can put some of these following branding tips to work. The easiest way that you could do this is by adding your logo. Now you can easily upload and store your logo in your Super Control account. You just need to make sure that you position your logo at the top of your email that you send out. So that's one of the first things that people are going to see when they click to open your email. Adding your logo basically helps you to add brand consistency throughout your email correspondence. And you can maybe even think about having a branded email signature at the end. It's another idea. Another thought is to customize your colors. Now, you don't have to guess which colors actually fit your brand. There are some tools available like Color Cop for PC users or Classic Color Meter, which is for Mac, which basically allow you to pull out what the RGB or the hex value of the colors are on your website or on your logo, for example. And you can enter these values in to change the color of your font, maybe, or even the background within your email template. So this way you're creating a little bit more brand consistency. We also suggest you use consistent font. And when choosing fonts for your emails, it's typically best to keep things simple. Using too many different fonts can really make your emails look messy and maybe even distract them from the message that you want to get across. So hopefully you're already using a consistent font on your website that you could also use in your emails, and maybe just choose one or two that fit your brand and be consistent with every email that you send out. We generally recommend that you use the classic or common email fonts like Calibri, Times New Roman, and Arial, to name just a few. And the reason why we would suggest you use these common ones is because it reduces the likelihood of your font not being supported on the various email applications that are out there. We also then suggest that you use visuals. Your email should always have an eye-catching image that pulls your reader in and makes them want to pay attention. Now, choose photos that help people get to know you and your business and to trust your business. This could be photos of things like your staff, products, or even those loyal customers that can return regularly. So images in the email marketing are basically like butter to popcorn. The right image will convey the right message, grab one's attention, and make people take the desired action. So how do you make each of them stand out and grab your reader's attention? So this is basically where the right image and the relevant supporting text will come into play. In fact, sometimes just the right image is enough to convey the message of the email that you're trying to send. But basically, using images in email marketing is wanting to create some form of emotional impact. This may mean you need to find or shoot the right image to support your message. You can utilize a large number of free resources that are out there, be it maybe if you're a photographer or you've got one of your team, you can actually capture the candid moments that speak for your brand itself. If not, you could search free online photo resources to find those powerful images. Obviously, it's important to use only royalty-free images to avoid any copyright issues in the future. And if you add words like concept or idea to your search, we often get better results. You could use real images and so make photos relatable, get behind the scenes, capture real moments, show the products realistically to create some form of impact. And when it comes to people, always avoid those stereotypical poses or unnatural settings. You want to have images that are going to show functionality of your self-catering business. Maybe try to make your staff a part of the image to show work in progress in the pictures that bring out the essence of your brand. Always be creative. Obviously, you want to keep your images real, but you can be creative and let the image speak for itself. So play with words, images to create catchy, meaningful emails with an artistic product or photography to show the daily workings of your business. So just an idea in terms of brand identity. Keeping with your brand identity is really important to get instant recognition from your email recipients. The quality of your photography obviously affects the perception of your business, and you can control how your brand is perceived with each email that you send out. So this is where there's things like the brand colors, the design aesthetics, the styling elements, the image type, they all need to basically be aligned to the overall brand identity that you want to create. Just to start off with things like image file sizes, the size of the image file can completely make or break the impact you're trying to create. So obviously too big or too small and the whole concept will be lost. So for email headers images, we generally suggest to keep your image height less than 200 pixels and the width up to 600 pixels. That's for desktop users, for example. But you also need to make sure that when you resize those photos, that you use the right tools to prevent the image from actually distorting. We suggest that you send test emails to check how the image actually appears on different devices before actually sending it out to a guest. So test emails are very important. If you're uploading your images, always try and make sure that the file type you're using is correct. It should either be a JPEG, PNG, or GIF imagery, but two things is that obviously while PNG imagery works for all kinds of images, it generally has a much larger file size, so it's going to take much longer to open and also may be restricted by certain email providers, especially if you've got lots of photos. You've also got the option of doing text overlay, and that's basically is the practice of using an image as a background and adding text over it. Now it adds variety to your post, but you just need to make sure that you put it in a location where it doesn't actually get lost on the image. So remember in ours, for example, here you can see the ideal locations showing because darker background. If you had maybe placed it here over the lighter area, it may not be as effective. One of the things we want to remind you of is a device optimization. You need to remember that your subscribers are going to view your email on all different kinds of devices and web browsers. And sometimes an image will appear perfect on the desktop, but maybe too large or pixelated on a mobile device. So you need to make sure it looks perfect on all devices. And how would you do that? I've mentioned sending a test email to staff, sending it to maybe a few team members just to check on how it actually previews on those different devices. We have the option of clickable images. Generally, all emails that you send out have got some specific goal. And this is usually highlighted with what we call a call to action button, which would take your guest to the desired landing page or website. So sometimes subscribers like to use an image to do this. And so having a clickable image linked to the desired landing page or website generally increases the click-through rates and therefore increases your chances of getting your guests to take the desired action. So be it take them to your guest login, for example. We also suggest that you always use images with a visual impact to get some form of attention. Compared to text, visuals always have a high chance of grabbing attention. It's just natural for people to notice a visual first, but obviously only if it will catch their attention, and then they would read what your email is all about. So this is obviously where the powerful and relevant images comes in. Following these suggested best practices should help you in terms of getting images into your emails and make your emails more impactful. Another option that you could do is to include relevant links. So I've mentioned about clickable social media, but also we can have links. So in addition to the links you provide for people to take the action, you should also include links to spaces like your website, maybe your social channels, so that people can connect with you beyond just your inbox and maybe learn more about what you actually have to offer. So remember to add your social media buttons that link directly to your Facebook, for example, or to your website. And I'm just going to quickly show you an example of an auto email that we've created using SuperControl branding. Right, so here I am within our internal training SuperControl account. So what I've done is previously gone in and created a letter template. I'm not doing one that's specific to self-catering. I'm just going to do one which is actually the alert that we sent out for Super Scholar and showing you how you could actually go about implementing some of the features I've done before. So for example, here is one I created. It's Super Scholar. I've basically inserted a table. I've added some extra headers, logos. It has got imagery. It has got call to actions, buttons such as that register today, and it has also got other things. So for example, our social media buttons that you can utilize as well. So that's just an example of what you can actually go ahead and do. You'll see that I've used obviously the formatting. I've changed the colors of that, and you do that just using your font and your sizing. There you can change what colors you want it to be and change them based on that. So you can see I've created it within the background, exactly the same as what you can do yourself within your account.